You wouldn't believe it. She's going on a date today.
I am.
That's right, with a man.
Walk on the walk.
With a lovely man. Walk on the walk.
Something like that.
Something like that. Walk on the walk.
Yeah, it's like walk the walk. Or is it walk the walk?
Walk the walk.
It might be walk the walk.
I don't know. Anyway, it's just Asian food.
Yum, yum, yum.
Oh, boy. He offends people.
So, hello, you guys. Welcome to another exciting episode of...
Oh, boy.
Oh, hang on. So, how did it go?
Welcome to another exciting episode of Karsten's of Feel It Real Fun.
That's like, what? Hang on. It's something like with V&T on the 3rd of February
2023. Yeah, we'll work it out.
That's good, isn't it?
That worked for me. Joe Welton, Florida.
So
welcome
we're only
to the
up
show.
to February.
Coral. Triple D, remarkable.
Hello, you
all
guys.
those things. Joe Welton, Triple D, remarkable, all those things. Sizzle, Triple D, remarkable, all those things. Go for it, Victoria.
Mm-hmm. So go to easymanifestingmethods.com.
That's right, everyone said. Stephanie, welcome to the show. Lisa, welcome to the show. Oh, these Triple D, remarkable DDDP. Hey, by the way, 3 days, like 7 hours. Triple D, the doors close. You can still join if you want to join us for February. I've got some cool shit going on. Like, you know,
people.
Every DDD is different, especially the live calls. The lessons are the same, right? Let's be honest. But the live calls and the interaction, I'm on fire. Some of y'all know this. So if you've been there before and you want to do it again, this is the one to do, because we're not doing another one until a month that begins with J.
So it's either June or July for you guys who are a bit slow.
Yeah, y'all that like waiting, wait till summertime. Then you'll have the excuse it's too hot. Trust me.
Well, here it's too cold.
Oh, yeah. but no matter what, there'll be an excuse if there's an excuse.
Cool.
Anyway, continue.
Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
That is the rightness everyone said it shall prevail.
And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
All right, so let's start out with Linda's Neville Goddard quote.
Okay. So Linda says...
Neville says.
Linda's quoted Neville saying, suppose you were running away from something that you did here.
Naughty, naughty.
And I met you in China. And I know that's the girl that I know. And you were ahead of me. And I said, oh, Pat, wouldn't you turn around?
Yeah, wouldn't you?
I don't know this quote.
Well, you don't know this yet. That's fine.
Yeah.
You don't know all the quotes.
No, well, of course.
Jesus.
A cold streak would go right down your spine because you are still aware that you are Pat. You must get so aware that you are the being that you want to be that you don't respond to Pat if you want to get away from Pat. In other words, you are just simply an entirely different being. And a rearrangement of the structure of the mind is the rearrangement of the life that you live.
All right, so you get this is not about positive thinking, talking yourself into something, denying the reality that you know is out there and true. This is about you changing you, and that's the theme of today's show. Victoria, shall we dive in with...
Yes, so that was just out of interest from Neville's Perfect Law of Liberty.
That's right.
Yes, and I don't know that quote, that lecture at all. So
well, it's also called
cool.
Rearrange the Mind or something, because people say, no, you're wrong, it's from this other lecture. And I say,
that sounds a bit like that music that we...
Give a shit.
Something of the mind.
Battle in the Mind.
Battle of the Mind, that we used to get up and do all our...
Oh, you should. I'll tell you what, you guys. Yeah, anybody want a little 17-minute exercise routine? I got a killer.
God, it was awful. Yeah, okay.
Started out with music. Battle in the Mind.
Okay, so after that, we're going to go to the first question from Dan.
Dan the man,
email.
Levitan. Mm-hmm.
Dan via email. My son is an introvert.
Yo, Cindy.
And Dan says, my son is a big-time introvert, and maybe he is because I imagine like that. What would you do to break him out of his shell?
All right, I'd like make him do things. Just kidding, right? So here's what I'd do, right? So no one to change but self. You're the father of an introvert. What if you were the father of an extrovert? What if you were the father of someone and you just didn't give a shit what they were? Yeah, because they just did what they did and do what they do. Here's the cool thing. I'm actually an introvert. I'm fantastic on stage. I can own an audience. But if you put me around a group of people for small talk, all right, I am not the guy for small talk. I am not the fan of, let's sit around and that fucking exhausts me. Right? So here's the cool thing. Yeah, as a loving, happy father, how do you experience your son doing great things?
Oh, I just feel so proud that he's my son. That's the feeling I get.
By the way, you're a loving puppy mom. How do you feel about Bruce whenever he's a good boy?
Oh, I just love it.
It's that
Just
rare
like,
feeling.
I just want to give you noodles of love.
Absolutely, right? And there's the thing. We let it all be, it's always all about you. So when they say it's all you pushed out, I just say, right, that's one way to try to like fuck with your head. I just say it's all about you. So, but let's continue. This is great. Dan, you have kicked off today's show. Dan the man.
Thank you, Dan,
The man.
for your question. The next question is from Andrew via email.
All right.
Help manifesting a text.
Sizzle. Dog's humping in the back.
I know. Can you
Those
see him?
fucking
Or
dogs.
just hear him?
Look at him.
And Andrew asks, Dear 2020, my name is Andrew and I'm 21 years old. I've been doing manifestations for over 2 years now. I have a question when it comes to Neville. How do you manifest a text message on any platform or call using Neville's techniques? Thank you, and I appreciate it. Kind regards, Andrew.
Andrew, this is absolutely great. Ready? So here's the cool thing. Ready? So I'm going to get into, do you really want to text or something else? But here's what's cool, right? So for me, a text and an email are about the same.
Or a call. Yeah, they're all the same.
Yeah, so here's what's really, really cool, right? You got to reply from me. How'd you do that?
Say that again.
You got to reply from me.
How do you do that?
Yeah, how'd you do that? Because you got a text from someone. You got a text from me. And I tell you what, like, almost nobody gets... Yeah, I send out a lot of emails every day, no fucking lie, right? But almost nobody ever gets a text from me, right? But it's the same thing for me. I mean, I text on the Facebook. I text to a lot of people on the Facebook and stuff. Anyway, drop all the bullshit, right? What do you really want? What would imply that's true? Now, last night... Coral, I don't know if Coral's here. She's texting me. I don't know if she sleeps. She's an incredible human being, right? And she's texting me up to the point where I'm done. It's just like I'm falling off. It's just like
asleep at the iPad.
Yeah, I love you, but I'm done, right? And then like about 3 a.m, I go, man, did I sign off? Did I say bye? I don't fucking remember, right? Now here's the cool thing. I don't manifest texts. I manifest relationships. Yeah, there she is.
Yeah,
Hi,
she's
Coral.
there.
Right.
She's laughing.
Yeah. Right?
She must have known. She's probably there, still typing.
Yeah, maybe
What
she
are you
fell
doing?
asleep too. I don't
she
know,
saw the
right?
dot, and she's waiting.
So Coral's trying to teach me about reels. I can't find reels anywhere in Australia, so apparently we're not real down here. We're upside down. But this whole thing of when you look at things upside down, it's like, what do you really want?
We're not real. We're unreal.
Yeah, we're fantastic, bombastic,
Surreal.
elastic, right?
Yes.
So what do you really want? I want relationships. I want relationships to the point where it's like, I chatted with Sizzle yesterday, and it's like I couldn't get the fucking tech working right? So I'm not trying to manifest a call with Sizzle. I'm just like, well, like, fuck, I just want to talk so I can, like, yeah, right? So this is where I'd play, right? So if you're chasing a text to prove something that is real or different or whatever, yeah, I'm the kind of guy that, like, I get tired of answering texts and stuff. I just, like, I love you, but, like, my fingers are falling off, you know? So that's where I'd play. Again, notice the theme of today. It's all about you. If you make it about them sending you a text, especially them sending, then it'll be them sending you a text that says something. That'll be about them sending you a text that says something by a certain time. And that's slavery. On the other hand, Victoria sends me texts when I'm in the pool, and it's like, I don't see them. She sends me these lovely texts, stay an extra half an hour, I'm cooking. It's like, I'm already out.
Yeah, I'm already in the car.
I'm already in the car. Right,
not
so
going
I'm
back.
not gonna sit in the car for half an hour.
Yeah.
So let us continue. Great question. And that is from Andrew via email. And I've emailed back, and you got a bonus. You got featured in the Feel It Real Fun
Today's
show.
show.
Right, how'd you do that? So let us continue.
Okay.
And stick around, because we keep answering earlier questions later.
The next question is from Coral in Dream Driven Day.
That's right.
She made me mad.
I didn't see your reply, so I hope this. I was shortening a lot of the questions today, so I shortened Coral's question a little bit.
Right.
So this may or may not be Coral's actual question. This is what's great. So I hope I don't make her mad. Right.
And Coral asks, why does it take so long? Or why does it seem difficult to imagine lovingly after someone ticks you off.
Oh, this is so great, right? This is like the 3 levels, right? So the first one is, you made me mad.
Yeah, I'm always right. That's why.
Yeah, you made me mad.
Yeah.
Right? And then it's like, oh, well, when she does this, it makes me mad.
Yes.
Right? Oh, baby. Right? And this is so good because that first week of ManifestingMasteryCourse.com reveals how we trigger ourselves. And whenever you get, like, here's what really happens in the human experience from what I can tell. Yeah, I'm upset. Wait, where can I place some blame for that? There she is. There those are.
Yeah.
Right? The Department of whatever they are, Home Affairs, right? They send me a bill to get my shit.
Home Affairs.
Right. So I just, what we literally are is we're blame guns. Right? We're looking for something to point the upset at. Now, on the other hand, what does Neville says? Neville says, I am.
What does Neville says?
What does Neville says, right? I am. Right? Whenever I can go, I'm upset, I can claim ownership on that. We'll be talking about ownership in a bit. But whenever I claim ownership on, I'm upset, right? Victoria can walk in the room and I can be thinking, I'm a dick. You might not want to come near me. I'm going to start blaming shit on you if you exist, right? And when this level of honesty shows up, she can go, "Hey, I'm going outside."
Yeah.
This is where it's fun because at that point, imagining lovingly for how that poor fucking kid, I just sent her outside. It must be oozing. Anyway, let's continue. I hope that may or may not have been your question, but I had fun answering.
That sort of question.
Yeah, I did. It was great. It made me happy.
Okay.
All right.
And we're going to say that question was from Coral.
And I'm satisfied.
And I'm thinking maybe I should call her Cardinal Coral. Coral, I love your prints that you sent me.
Oh, my God. Those are beautiful.
They're gorgeous.
And she appropriated the cardinal one.
I do love that one.
Yeah, that was.
But the reason is that when I took a trip back in 2010 or 12
to the
US,
yes.
and you took me to some forest, but you were teaching me about cardinals.
Yes.
And so they feel really special to me. So it was just lovely when
How cool
we got that print. So thank you.
That's right.
The next question is from Sachi in Dream Driven Day.
That is right.
Why am I winning?
Because you did Dream Driven Day and you didn't have excuses.
I wouldn't bother asking.
This is
like,
really good.
Winner.
This is really good.
Okay.
All right.
So Sachi says.
Compared to the other questions. You ever notice there's this thing called comparison is a bitch? Right? Whenever you start comparing things, like, oh, I look great compared to. Or that was a great question compared to. This is a wonderful compared. Yeah, comparison will kill things. But anyway, different is better than better at dreamdrivenday.com. Go ahead, Victoria.
Cool. So Anna asks, when I do a Feel It Real session a number of times on the same desire, it manifests for me even when I don't completely feel it's done. Other times I accept an idea or desire as true without doing a single Feel It Real session and it manifests in my reality. I'm just curious, when I accept something true for me, am I also unknowingly doing a Feel It Real? Thanks, TTMV.
Cool. So my definition, and this is not Neville's, this is mine from studying Neville and playing with this for a couple decades, right? So a scene is how you experience what you experience. And Neville says this, but he says it with a lot more words. And Neville, a scene or a state is how you experience what you experience. So the state of a loving husband experiences her a specific way. The state of a loving husband experiences taking her out on a date later today in a very specific way, right? So here's the cool thing. I'm in a habit of one session per wish, one wish per session, or the other way around, right? Watch her process that.
Yeah, I did. Okay.
It's going to be a while.
What?
I'm just comparing. Anyway.
Me to what? Keep going.
You yesterday.
All right.
Right. So here's what's fun. So it all comes down to what do you actually expect and accept. And given this limited flashlight of attention that we have, you don't always notice when you accept something as true. And this is really vital because you're accepting something as true all the time. And you may do your session and you may accept it as true 5 minutes. After your session, you may accept something true as you casually listen to something. One of the things we're exploring in Remarkable that they don't know yet is frame set. Because people will frame set all the time. They men are bastards. That's a frame set. everything that comes after that. But if they accept that as true, and it's like, well, I'm trying to manifest my soulmate. Don't tell me about your soulmate. Is it the same sex as you? No, it's a man. That's well, right. So, and then I look at the Facebook thing, and the Facebook thing tells me you got 700 posts that say men are bastards. Right? That's your actual frame around men, right? Versus like, yeah, this is wonderful. Yeah, I mean, like if you're feeling like a relationship is wonderful. My relationship is wonderful. Chinese food, wonderful. You notice it's not an affirmation. It's an acceptance. I'm accepting her as me being a happy, loving husband.
Going on a date.
Not going on a date. So here's the cool thing. No matter what, there's always a moment of acceptance. You may or may not notice it. And that's the thing, because at any time, Neville says, at any time you can slip into any state, good, bad, and different. And you can watch people, they'll slip into shit states. And it's like, well, I didn't deliberately imagine that. Well, yeah, you're imagining something right fucking now.
But maybe undeliberately.
Right? Yeah, but undeliberately, right. So you just like let it go, let it in. In the first Remarkable we did, this version of Remarkable last year, we talked about Simon Peter, the gatekeeper, only letting in the honorable and the dignified.
I love that.
Yeah, and here's the thing: if it's the first lesson in any program that we do, sets the stage for everything. It's the frame set, and that whole thing of only letting in the noble, the honorable, the dignified. Yeah, there's the thing. So, like, how easily can you let it in? And you're not always gonna catch it when you let something in, and that's also why we have the other tools. So, Eddie, prayers back to you. So, shall we continue, Victoria? Sachi, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Just remember, there's always a moment of acceptance, and you can tell what your acceptance actually is by noticing, what do I expect? See, I expect respect. All right.
Very cool. Next question's from Usha in Dream Driven Day.
This is awesome, by the way.
I'm not feeling satisfied.
Compared to the other questions.
And Usha asks, why, when everything's going good for me, I still don't have that feeling of satisfaction and accomplishment? I revise in a jiffy, a smile, a giggle does it for me. I desire something and it's there sooner or later because I know it's already there. Although I'm thankful for a wonderful day, that satisfied feeling is missing, like something is still lacking. I'm revising it. Can you enlighten on this 20? Thank you. I reckon this is ace, actually. I reckon this is so good for a lot of people, including me.
This is awesome because satisfied and accomplished doesn't come from anything on the outside. It's an inside job. And this is what's cool, because when anybody starts out with us, they always start because something sucks. Where the fuck is Dr. Brian? Shouldn't he be here putting up his hashtags?
Don't know.
Will somebody hashtag Dr. Brian,
He
please?
might be
Call
on
him
a
up on the
date.
phone. No, he wouldn't take Ashley out on a date. I'm kidding. Yeah, Ashley would take him. Let's go. That's right. They're
Yes.
lovely people. So here's the cool thing. Accomplished and satisfied is totally internal. It cannot be based on anything on the outside, right? I remember when you're becoming more like Russell. So when Russell and Marcus were putting on the roof, okay, I'd stand and watch, because that's the kind of guy I am. I'm going to give you money and I'm going to watch you work, right? So Russell and Marcus were putting the roof on the house, and Russell would take the nail gun and he'd put it against the roof and go,
Yeah.
and I could watch him go, score, right?
Whoops.
Next one. Score, right? And he'd do that like 200, 300 times in a day. Yeah, I'd watch. Right? I was just having a good time. But the cool thing is, this accomplished and satisfied, he had built in, not just for finishing the roof. That would be a one-time thing for a big job that took weeks. For every single nail.
Yeah,
and every now and then he'd fuck up, right? Now, she's getting more like that because and men and women are like this. It's kind of, someone's going to say I'm sexist. I'm just going to say I'm observant, right? Men tend to go, score. We do it a lot, score.
You
Right?
do. Yes.
Oh, we do, right? Women tend to go, not yet.
Yeah.
Still got to add five more things
Hasn't happened
in.
yet. Yep.
Yeah, got it. Well, yeah, I did a lot today, but I didn't do those things. Okay, if I add these three things, that's kind of a score, right? Not really. And I'm going score. And this is where you can have a lot of fun. You can pick up the pattern of Russell. How many? What's your criteria for a win? Yeah. You got them going on the outside. Cool. What's your criteria for satisfied and accomplished? It's She pulled carrots out of the ground. At first, she compared them to the store carrots.
We don't do that anymore.
Yeah, our carrots are ugly, right?
That's so yum.
But they're so yum, right?
Yeah.
Now, when you stop comparing how they look to store carrots and you go to like how do they taste, right? Score. And it's not about talking yourself into settling, not into that theory framework at all. I'm definitely into this whole thing of like noticing, are you satisfied and accomplished with who you're being? Is where it really comes down to. Being God, having the adventure of a lifetime, I'm not chasing anything for happiness. I mean, I could have $10,000 worth of sales in a day, and that's not going to determine whether or not I feel accomplished and satisfied. What will determine whether or not I feel accomplished and satisfied is me. I get to really notice, do I feel like I've just... And no matter what, every one of us, every day, Neville says we're all going to sin. We're all going to miss the mark. The question is, am I willing to feel accomplished and satisfied? Let's keep going with the next question. Usha, this is good.
Yeah.
Not done with it yet.
Not done with it yet.
I'm not done with you yet.
Okay.
That's right. By the way, one more thing. You're accomplished. You're a doctor. Right? I have the utmost respect for that. I signed up to do the naturopathic doctor school, right? I did part of it and then walked the fuck away from it, right? However, I'm like a 5th or 6th degree black belt in something, right? I've got a bunch of certificates. I mean, they're good for ass wipes, right? So I was leaving the pool the other day and Colin and one of the other guys said to me, "Tony, would you be interested in coming to a mindfulness thing where we do some like stuff and it's like martial arts exercises?" And I don't know if you're into that. And I says, "I'm practically the fucking master of that. Right? I'm the master of mindfulness." And I said something about martial arts and I said, I can punch harder from half an inch away than the average boxer can using a full punch. And you could watch him go, whoa, because I'm owning something. Right? There's a hint here. Owning something. So I am nuts about what I do. So I continuously research human perception, human behavior. I'm continuously playing with the whole martial arts thing. What I'm nuts about, I'm nuts about. And at the end of the day, I'm nowhere near close to where I'm going. But I'm owning the path that I'm on. Right? And there's the thing, right? I respect your accomplishments because to do what you've done and to evolve your practices you have, that's accomplished. You get to find satisfied, and you know what? I swung the bat and had a lot of fun today. I made a difference. That's where I play. So let us continue. Victoria.
Very cool.
We got a good question coming up.
We've got 2 to go. So
Why does he do this? Why does he say these things?
The next question's from Lisa.
Why is he never satisfied when Dr. Brian isn't here? When he's here, he ignores him, like Sizzle.
That's
Anyway,
Suzanne.
all right.
Have you had your call with Suzanne today?
What?
Suzanne.
No, not yet. All right.
Susanna. What is it?
It's Suzanne. Yes.
Suzanne. Okay.
We had a lovely chat yesterday.
The next question's from Lisa in Dream Driven Day.
Yo,
Pearl
Lisa.
Problems.
Right, I really shortened yours down. Yeah. Okay. I shortened most of them down, but anyway.
Lisa asks, firstly, I've wondered if I'm giving up the pearl when I invest in a product which actually does support my well-being. Secondly, as Abdullah spoke of quibbles, he ate and drank freely and seemingly suffered no ill effects from any of it. Alcohol and just about all foods are villainized.
You know what I love about the villainization nation? It's the villainizing. Fuck, I almost said it. The villainization nation, right? They change what's bad all the time. Bacon, butter, health foods. Right? I love this. Dr. Brian, how we love it's Dr. Brian is here.
You're right.
Right. So, did somebody call you? All right, did somebody send Joe Weldon sent a carrier pigeon from Florida or something? So here's the cool thing, guys. What was my question?
About villainization of alcohol.
It's the villainization nation, right?
And giving up the pearl.
Here's the cool thing. Bacon, for me, is a health food. Bacon-flavored crackers drive my fucking gums nuts. Now, I'm sure I could imagine something. I don't give a shit. I'd rather eat bacon. Now, here's the cool thing. Nutritional supplementation. Massive fan. Suzanne, I got to send you the name of something. So I'm a massive fan, right? Now, why am I a massive fan? I have no idea, right? I don't. It's sort of like having a car, right? I've got a BMW. It takes petrol. Some people have BMWs that take diesel. And then there are those weird people that got BMWs that take electrics, right? Don't fucking get that at all, right? Just not me. But I put in my car what my car wants. Right? I put in my body what my body wants. Lisa's here. Welcome to the show. So I put in my body what my body wants. Now I discovered this thing called emu oil, right? And like
Emu oil.
I love Australians say it differently than people that act both languages, right?
Yes.
So I take the emu oil, right? So I have made amazing progress with my body in the past 9-10 months, whatever it is. What do you think it is? Probably
Well, when
since
you went
April.
back to the pool.
Right, so
yeah.
I've made this amazing progress. I
Yeah.
get compliments all the time, right?
9 months.
And how many of those months have 28 days?
Oh, I'm not going there. No.
All of them.
Well,
Jesus. Could you imagine living with me?
yeah.
Good morning, Victoria. How many months have 28
Chuck's
days?
coming at you. Yeah, keep going.
All right, so just about 2-3 weeks ago, I discovered this stuff called emu oil. And for whatever reason, it popped up. I checked it out, local supplier, and I just went nuts. Right? And so I find myself taking it, right? Why am I nuts about it? I have no idea. I'm nuts about whiskey and cigars, too. Right? I just got my notice from the Department of Internal, whatever they are, Border Patrol, right?
Yes, Border
So I ordered 10 cigars, right? So at $10 a piece, and I have to pay $266. I just paid $266 duty. That's $26 per cigar duty. So I get my cigars for $36 a smoke, right? Believe me, I'm going to tie all this together. Now, here's the fun thing, right? Because I put in my body what I want to put in my body. I feel like taking emu oil. Some people will criticize me about that all day long. I see you guys on Reddit, right? He drinks. So did Neville. Neville died an alcoholic. Really? Come the fuck on, right? Neville died happy, right? Yeah, some people say you could live an extra 10 years if you don't eat meat, right? If you don't drink alcohol. Neville and every decent spiritual teacher I've come across don't say that, right? You know, your days are numbered, right? Here's the thing. What if you took off the pressure of trying to live longer and just lived more? See, that's where I play, right? So here's the thing. I don't feel like eating bacon crackers because they stick to my gums and they don't feel right. I don't, right? On the other hand, I feel like having a whiskey. Okay, I have one. Right? I feel like smoking a cigar. I have one. I don't smoke every day. I drink pretty much every day, right? It's just where I'm at now. I may go through a phase where I don't drink for a month or two. Just don't want to, right? And that's the fun thing, because whenever you get, it's what you imagine that determines how you end up, your body. And what you're imagining will have you do certain things. Maybe you'll eat a different food. Maybe you'll take a different supplement. Maybe you'll drink more or drink less. Some people, I believe honestly to God, need a drink because it just fits with what they are, with what they do. My biggest thing is when you explore, you are the one cause. You'll find you'll spontaneously, want a drink of Green Vibrance, want a drink of whiskey. Doesn't matter. You'll drink whatever you drink, and you won't beat yourself up. And I think there's the number one thing. I'll give you two things. Number one, I've met these old Cubans. Ashley's here too. I thought Victoria said you guys were on a date. All right. So I've met these old Cubans, 85, 87 years old, right? As old as Master Magician Charles, right? And they look fit as fuck, and they smoke 4 cigars a day. If I smoked 4 cigars a day, I couldn't get out of bed.
Wiped out.
Right? I smoke 1 a week, 2 a week max, and I'm like, right, mellow as Jello, right? And that's all my body does. And by the way, I don't want to smoke every day. So there's the fun. On the other seeming side note, so I just paid $30 a piece for smokes, right? So I got 10 smokes coming in. My total bill for them, including the purchase and the tax, is like $366. So it's $36.60 a smoke. I can remember when I can honestly remember when I thought $10 a smoke was a lot of fucking money. Right? And I'd never pay $36 a smoke. And here's the thing. I changed. I moved to a country where if I bought those same cigars locally, it'd be about $100 a piece.
Yeah.
I think that's dumb. So I'll order them wholesale, have them shipped, pay the taxes, and then buy whiskey and emu oil. And have quibbles about none of it. It's that attitude of Abdullah. So, by the way, we have a new, for you guys that are just watching and you're curious about the attitude of Abdullah, go to NevilleGoddardStore.com. We've got a new Attitude of Abdullah recording there. It's kicks ass. So, do we got one more?
We do, but I really like that, and I really get how it's down to what's the quibbles. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you feel the quibbles inside you. You know when they're there, and that's going to be the whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Totally.
when there's no quibble,
Yes.
it's having no effect. You know, it's like, or whatever. But as soon as you feel that, even you try and push it away, it's still there.
Yeah, it's that state of inner argument. The state of inner argument says, you better fucking take your emu oil.
Yeah.
Right? And it says, no. You better not drink. You'll lose control.
Yeah, right.
Right? Versus that inner argument, you could have had something else go on, something lovely like, yeah, you know what? I feel like getting a drink. And you get a drink, you sit down and you have a talk with some total stranger, and the total stranger, and you strike up a conversation and something comes together. And it's like, wow, I found something. And then shit happens. Right? The most lovely shit. Or out of the blue, I feel like eating a chicken. So I go to the chicken shop. What happens? I sit down and I talk to some total stranger. Yeah. Hey, look at that total stranger, new friend. And that's the cool thing. I went into, I swear to God. So I go to the pool yesterday, and Master Magician Charles is in the steam box already, and he waves at me. He's going on a mandate. Oh, fuck, I forgot about that. And there's no South African Eric. Fuck me, right? Okay. So pretty much I'm by myself. So I got my worksheet, because I take shit to study if there's no one there. So I got my worksheet, my rubber band, all that shit. I do my stuff. I finish early, and I go, right, I'm going to do the hot box. I'm just going to get in there and do a little gentle stretching. And so I go into the hot box. I've been in the hot box 4 times since I've been back. Talk to a nurse I know, she leaves. Talk to a guy I don't know, he leaves. Talk to the last person in the room, right? And she goes, what do you do? I said, right, well, I pretty much, I do something called NLP, and I teach the law of attraction with it. So I use NLP to teach LOA. Right? So I'm just having fun. It's like, I don't give a shit. She goes, really? I'm all into that. And she's a psych nurse, right? We have a tiny little conversation, and she tells me as we're leaving, she goes, I imagined before I left today finding somebody nice to talk to here. Yeah, and it's like score. And told her, says, hey, me and my buddies are on the corner every day from 11 to 1. Right? And she goes, were you here this weekend? I'm like, yeah. She goes, my husband and I were. We saw you. I said, yeah, stop by any time. Right? And she could even be watching the show. I told her to look up my archaeology and subscribe and follow. But that's the cool thing, right? Because I went into the hot box to like just wiggle around, wiggle it and jiggle it and just whatever. I end up having a conversation with someone because of something they imagined. So, here's my stray thought.
Cool. Excellent.
All right, and we got one more.
We got one more, and the last question today is from Raina on Facebook. Ownership? Question mark.
All right.
And Raina says, hi, Mr. 2020.
Yo.
I'm having problems with ownership. Let me give you a few examples. I visualised owning a yacht. I did feel reels of me standing in it and using my 5 senses, ...
Cool. Sounds like someday, I read the rest of the post as well. Sounds like a lot of, what do we call it, someday manifesting. I want you to own your day. This is going to become a very crass commercial for DreamDrivenDay.com, because a lot of people try to own something in the future that sounds fantastic, but it's a fantasy. And I'm not saying you can't have a yacht. I'm curious about how are you owning your day? And probably 90% of the emails that I get, I send people to the Joseph Goddard stuff. It's like, look, you've got to own your day. If you're not going to do Triple D, at least nail your Joseph Goddard things, because that derived from one lesson of Triple D, right? And so how do you own your day? Yeah, the whole thing with owning accomplished and satisfied. That, Russell was satisfied after every nail. He nailed it. Right? I'm actually, I give myself credit every time I actually answer a question or put up a comment that actually helps someone. I don't get to the end of the fucking day and go, well, here's my plus sheet and my minus sheet, and I did this many fuck-ups and pissed these people off. And, hey, I can piss off people without them even knowing me. If I talk about drinking whiskey, smoking cigars, and taking emo oil, I guarantee there are hundreds of people on the planet right now going, see, told you he's a hypocrite, right? Whatever, right? Because here's the thing. The ownership is ownership. That's it. Don't make it about a yacht. Let it be about you and your day. Because once you start owning events of your day, see, we do this thing called lunch every day. And I'll give you a secret with this whole Joseph Goddard thing. Before I get out of bed in the morning, I imagine 5 to 10, 6 to 12 specific events of today having gone my way. And one of them is lunch. And here's why. I imagine her yum. Okay, I do it for two very selfish reasons. Somebody hashtag this. Number one, I like good food. I really do. I am not a fan of eating shit. Number two, I'm a fan of sharing yummy moments with her. I plan on being with her for a long time. Even when one of us dies, if I can get her stuffed, if she goes first, I'm going to drag her around the garden, right? She'll be the posable Victoria, right? Tony will look over from afar and go, she's out there again, just looking at shit, right? And this is really important because every day I imagine up specific yummy moments with her. So this one little imaginal act for lunch, so what would my experience be of her yum? It's not, oh, fuck, she's actually satisfied, yay, right? It's, no, my experience of her yum is all right. I love sharing yummy moments with her. I want to share yummy moments with her every day for the rest of my life. So I don't try to own the rest of my life. I'm just happy giving life to another one today. Really play with owning your day. If you own your day, you'll own your destiny. If you own your day, if you actually want a yacht, you'll have one. I had a really weird little thing. I imagined up collecting black BMWs. Right? We don't have much room here. And we had a black BMW and a white Toyota. And Mal, who did Triple D, we're chatting one day, and he goes, yeah, I just picked up a Bimmer I'm selling. Yeah. And he showed it to me, and I showed it to her. And she goes, tell him I want it. It's like, okay. Right? Then we had to look up what it was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we had no clue. Do you like it? What color is it?
Black.
Right. Just owning it. Right? Just owning it. What can you own today? 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 I own at least 5 to 10, 6 to 12 things every day with my Joseph Goddard. Yesterday I had a great call with Joe. Believe me, I own that. It's like, you know what? We're having a great fucking call. Boom. Right? Was it a great call or what? And that's also how you be the blessing. So, we'll start there. And Victoria.
Excellent. So that was from Raina. And thank you very much for your question, Raina.
Awesome.
What we want to know is tell us, what was your hashtag strawberry bit?
That is the rightness.
You go, babe. I'll copy you.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a bit phased out. I've got things. I'm thinking of stuff I need to do.
Yeah, you're thinking
Not
about
really
lunch.
I am.
That's
too.
right.
I'm actually hungry now.
That's right. Hungry now.
So, what was your hashtag strawberry bit?
My hashtag strawberry bit. It's all about me, and that makes ownership easy. It's a theme through the whole show. Take a peek at it. Right. How can you have quibbles when you have ownership? Here's the other part, right? I put in my car what my car needs. By the way, what grade petrol do I put in my car?
The top shelf, whatever.
Oh, yeah. If I stop at a petrol station and all they have is like the low in the middle, I just laugh. I laugh hysterically as I pull out, right? I laugh like a crazy man because it's first class, right? What can you have first class on today? Nail that. So that's my strawberry bit. And you?
Lovely. Same. Yes, I'm thinking too much about lunch, so.
Yum. All right.
So, that was our hashtag Strawberry Bits. While you type in yours, go to easymanifestingmethods.com.
That's right. Go there, do that. Sign up for those. A lot of people, it shocks me the number of people that haven't signed up for those. They're free. The only cost is you got to do something, and if you want, you can read the daily
For
email
7
I send
days,
out. Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
all it is.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, but I'm too busy. You're too busy to live your chosen life. Wow. Meanwhile,
Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
that's right. It's the backbone of all we do. $97. Doobie bop, or make up an excuse. Tell them about Dream Driven Day too.
Okay, and
Got
dreamdrivenday.com
3 days.
starts in 3 days.
Or you can wait to one of the months that begins with the letter J. I love when people say, I want to speed things up, but I don't want to dive deeper now. It's like, all right. We set up a little payment plan, too. So,
Yeah, check it out on the site.
hoo-ha.
And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
That's right. Victoria, thank you so much.
Thank you, babe.
I'm going to go to the pool now.
You are. You've got to hurry along because I'm hungry now.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Ashley's watching from home. I saw that.
Cool. Have a great day night, you guys.
I will.
And weekend, and we'll catch you next week.
That's right. And we got a remarkable call this
Monday.
weekend, too.
Yes.
Our Monday, their Sunday, depending
Yes.
upon where they are. That's right.